Kim, with the number of players that you guys got in the game and got a lot of minutes this week, does it give you, something to think about over the break in terms of rotation and, your level of depth?
It gives me confidence, but it also, I'm a realist. I understand the level of competition these last few games. But what I did, the 3 games we were on the road, I got a little bit better picture of what some kids can do to help us, what kids need to play together when we're facing a man or a zone. So the more that I can see them in game action, Chad, the more I learn. Yes, in practice, you can get that as well, but sometimes in practice, I'm so focused on things that I can't see both teams at the same time. But when I have them all on the same roster and I can substitute and move people around, it gives me a better picture. But we know coming back from the holidays, there won't be any more games like, the last 2 or 3 that we had.
And, when Jaden is in there and she has 8 assists, leads the team in assists despite playing the fewest minutes, is that an indicator or is it hard to tell?
A little of both. Jaden is more of a facilitator. She wants to give you the shot before she takes her shot, but not that the other ones don't either, but the other ones also know they can score the ball, and you're going to have to move them around a little bit. I've basically, with Dee Dee playing the point now, that was to allow Sarah and Jordan Oliver and now Jaden to just become more comfortable, and Dee Dee at some point can go back to the wing, but then there will be games where I might need Sarah on the wing because of her perimeter shot. So it's allowed me to see some things that they can do at multiple positions as well.
All right, Jerry.
Sarah, I think it's 3 games in a row you've hit at least 2 3-pointers. Is this something where you just maybe are now more comfortable? Did it take you a while to get to this point?
Yes, I would say like the first few games it was more of nerves, but with Coach Mulkey always believing in me, she kept telling me to shoot the ball, and over time I would start knocking down shots, and now I'm getting more comfortable and able to hit shots.
It looks like the bench, well, even the players out there on the floor with you too, are very confident when you shoot. Do you kind of feel that when, I'm seeing players jumping off the bench and stuff when your shot, even before your shot goes through, are you feeling that confidence maybe from them?
Oh, yes, sir, a lot. I mean, when I don't shoot it, they yell at me. So for me to be a freshman and them to have that much confidence in me, it makes me want to shoot the ball and know that I can help them out in many ways.
All right, Skylar, followed by Mandy.
Kim, did Dee Dee come through? I'm assuming so, but Dee Dee came through okay from that spill she took in the first half?
I'm glad you mentioned her because that was part of what I said to the team afterwards. Dee Dee Richards, National Defensive Player of the Year, to go through what she went through and to be so unselfish that I didn't even play her the second half. She basically had a perfect game. She was 6 for 6 from the field, 2 for 2 from the foul line. She didn't have 1 turnover, 14 points and 6 assists. So I didn't feel like there was any need to play her in the second half. And, everybody wants to play, but it allowed Jaden Owens and some more to get more minutes. Dee Dee Richards knows her spot on this team and where she stands, but it's a leadership thing just by her understanding. She didn't have a problem not playing the second half.
And how would you sort of assess the whole team going into this break with TCU and UConn coming pretty quickly on the other side of it?
Well, we're going to flush these last 3 games because we're going to play more talented teams, and that's not a knock on those teams. It's just we know when you get to conference how difficult it is. And then when you take a program, as the elite program that Connecticut is, we know what we face with those guys. Our prayer now is to go home and be with our families and everybody report back on the 28th COVID-free, and we stay COVID-free, and we play as many conference games as we can get in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mandy, and back to Chad.
Hey, Coach. question about Carrington. You know, at the very end of the first quarter, she forced that turnover, and then Andrews got it, went down, and hit a layup. What does Carrington bring to the team? The fact that she knows how to be a ball hawk on defense and still have that self control to not, rack up a lot of personal fouls.
Well, a lot of people, when you look at a stat sheet, the first thing they look at are like double doubles. You know, man, they had a good game. If you look at her stats tonight, the kid had 7 rebounds, she had 9 points, and she had 6 steals. To me, that's as good as any double double there is. Those are consistent, solid numbers. She does have a knack for being able to quickly reach and get away with a deflection or a steal, and not many can do that without a foul being called. So she's done it consistently, and that's quick hands. I think what she brings to the table for us, no doubt, is experience. She can play physical if she needs to, but she can also hit the perimeter shot if she needs to.
Thank you.
All right,
You're
Chad.
welcome.
While we're on the subject of Dejanay, all those things that Coach mentioned, plus I don't know, I guess you maybe heard the PA announce, recognize your 1,000th point today. What does that mean to you? And just kind of, can you reflect on getting to that point of your college career?
It definitely means a lot. Clearly, I've been through a few injuries throughout my time in college, so I think just to know that I was able to persevere and never give up even after having to miss a whole season and a few surgeries, it just means a lot, and it just reminds me of my purpose and that there's never give up on anything, no matter what life throws at me. But I'm glad to have done it in the green and gold.
And just, about the break, and I asked Melissa this yesterday, but do you have like a kind of a personal game plan when it comes to going home for a few days? And I guess you'll be going, I don't know if you're going to California or, whatever, but, how do you kind of ensure that you can come back and not have to sit out, for COVID reasons or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously tough going back out of state and to California, which is a hot spot right now for COVID, but hey, we've made it this far. Just keep doing what we're doing. Wear masks. Take all the precautions that we can. Just don't put myself in situations to be vulnerable to get the virus. I know there's obviously you can get it even if you do take all those precautions. But just try to be safe, try to be smart, and be mindful of who I'm around.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right, Jerry, close us out.
Kim, you obviously stress defense. I mean, that's been your kind of calling card the whole time. But you look at this game, I mean, single digits every quarter and 13% or something like that. It seems like even the newcomers, all of them have bought in, haven't they?
Well, they know they have to buy in. I don't know that they have a choice, but I'll say this. The last 3 games you guys watched, we're playing more zone for a lot of reasons. But I thought some of the newcomers seemed a lot more comfortable in a zone, and I don't know if that's because they played a lot of that in high school. I don't know if they're just, I like to tell them they're a little bit lazy. It's a lot easier to play zone. But whatever's effective, Jerry, until we can grow up, it's all about winning basketball games and developing players. And we're gonna do what we have to do. And I'll start judging that zone more when we get to conference play, more so than I have these last 3.
Kim, you didn't seem like you struggled as much getting that word out today as you did yesterday.
Zone, it's still hard. Hey, I want to show y'all somebody. Come here. This girl never got to play zone a day in her life under me. Y'all recognize this face? Now take a good look, okay? Who is that? Take your mask off. Let them see. Oh, Odyssey.
Odyssey.
You think she ever got to play zone when she was here?
Zero.
No. So, see, she's laughing back there when y'all mentioned zone.
Hey, Kim, one other question. You've talked about it, but I know you're worried about them going home and stuff, but was there a little bit of a kind of a sigh of relief just that you got these first 8 games in?
They'll tell you, and I said this a while ago, why have we not gotten it? Just about every team at Baylor has been hit by it. We have not. And I know people are like texting me and like, what do? Do you lock them in their rooms? Coach Mulkey, what are you do? I don't know how we haven't gotten it. It's amazing to me because they're like any other students here. They go to class, they do their practicing, they do their, being a normal student. They go to eat. It's rewarding for me, and that we got as many games as we could, and we weren't the reason that we didn't get any. But it also is scary to me. It's like, okay, we didn't get it early. Does this mean we're going to be hit with it at the wrong time later in the year? That's my concern.